Welcome back, Christian here. Lucky's in the window, and these are my picks for Week 7 on DraftKings. Starting at the bottom, we are going to talk about some defense. We're going to make this real easy this week. We're not going to overthink it. It's just going to be the New England Patriots at home against the Jets, 3,400. Not too expensive, and usually don't like paying up that much, but I don't want to. I don't want to. Nothing's popping at defense for me. That is just a little bit too obvious, and we're just going to do it anyway. Moving on to tight end. Tight end is now a dumpster fire officially. There is nothing that I like. As of now, it's almost becoming maybe Zach Ertz or CJ Azoma. Both players are under $4,000 this week. CJ is at $3,000, which is darn near a punt. So I hate tight end this week, and tight end always hates me every week. So we have been trending up at tight end the last few weeks. Hopefully we can keep that going and get lucky on somebody. So as far as tight ends go at this point, don't even really ask me. Dallas Goedert I thought was going to bail us out and give us something that we felt okay about, but now he didn't practice for some reason. Anyway, so tight end, whatever. Moving on. Quarterbacks are going to be exciting this week. There's plenty to go around. Matthew Stafford is going to probably be really really popular. Cooper Kupp is probably going to be really really popular, and so we're going to have to find something else. Patrick Mahomes is second to the top at 8,400. We always like Patrick Mahomes. He is in a great spot. He is going to have to win the football game for them, and they need to win the football game. So Patrick Mahomes, 45 throws. We're just going to have to go there in a lot of likelihood. There's some other guys that are a pretty good idea. Ryan Tannehill is a good idea as well. On the flip side of that game, Derrick Henry will be extremely popular. Ryan Tannehill is the obvious pivot. He tends to be the vulture as well in home games. I do not like playing Derrick Henry at home. I know he blew up on Monday night, but I am going to chalk that up as a show out on national television type game. So anyway, so moving on from quarterbacks. Like I said, there's just a lot of good options out there. I think Lamar Jackson's in a good spot this week. Like real hot take, I know. So I'm not going to spend too much time on quarterback, but it just looks like we just like to play Mahomes, and why wouldn't you? So let's go on to running backs, talk about some serious business there. Running back position can be, I'm liking the afternoon games a lot, especially at the running back position. But in the earlier part of the slate, we like Aaron Jones this week as a really nice pivot once again off of Derrick Henry's chalk. And big home favorite, and that's what we look for in running backs. Continuing on the early slate, Chupacabra Hubbard, he is on the road, but he is still handling a majority of all the backfield work for the Carolina Panthers with Christian McCaffrey out. Trash matchup against the Giants. He could get into the end zone again. He got into the end zone early for us last week and just didn't quite get all the volume that we had hoped for. Still finished with like 17, 18 touches, and that'll be fine at his price point at $6,000 or something, whatever the heck it is today. Moving on from that, let me adjust something here real quick. So I talked about Aaron Jones. We like Darrell Henderson Jr. a lot. That is going to be a great pivot. I think he's going to be really popular, though, to be honest with you. Despite the Stafford Cooper Kupp combo, I mean, I think even people are going to just put those three people together for the Rams this week, and that's not the worst idea. If you did it last week, it worked out just fine. So that could be a thing. So Darrell Henderson Jr. is going to be one of our favorite plays. Joe Mixon, and I don't know how I feel about him yet. Leonard Fournette, that is going to be a bad weather game. We are fading all Florida games for the most part, but Leonard Fournette in a soupy game, soupy wet. Bad game, think New England, Tampa a few weeks ago, that sort of game. It could be Leonard Fournette might need to be the guy to get it done for him. A little bit further down, right above Chupacabra Hubbard, Josh Jacobs is at home against Philly. This is the kind of matchup that we want to do. We want to run running backs against Philly, and home favorite the whole bit. He gets the goal line. I like Josh Jacobs a lot this week, is what I'm trying to say. Damian Harris, the Doy pick of the week. it could go either way. Could be good, could be bad. You never know. Injury note of most significance probably is the Latavius Murray. Latavius did not practice today, and that does not bode for him well. That does not bode well for him going forward. So you do have Devontae Freeman 4,400, and Le'Veon Bell is going to be 4,500. They got work last week. If Latavius is out, they probably get a few more carries each. Who knows? It's a little bit of a weird situation with that team. So that covers the running backs. Wide receiver, the wide receivers that are really popping for me right now. Obviously, Devontae is going to be. People are going to make it a point to get to Devontae. That's why we're playing Aaron Jones. Devontae is a great play this week. He could do well. You got Tyreek Hill is going to have the question mark all week. He's probably going to play and be fine, and great matchup, Mahomes, the whole bit. So Tyreek Hill, go get yourself some. Getting down to the middle parts of the wide receiver list is where I start to get really interested. So let me just adjust my speed here. All right, wide receivers. So, like I said earlier, we're going to be fading all Florida wide receivers this week, which hurts. There was lots of guys that I was interested in playing, but it just does not look like the conditions will be viable for what we like to do. So we'll just have to move on. Cooper Kupp will be popular. We do like DeAndre Hopkins a lot this week against his former team. I think he's going to remind them very much who he is, and I'm calling for 2 touchdowns for DeAndre Hopkins this week. 7,700, kind of priced in no man's land. So I am going to get myself DeAndre Hopkins this week. That is looking like a really good play. Scrolling on down, B Cooks, B Cooks, $6,000. He should be busy, so why not? Marquise Brown, I like his spot this week. I think Marquise Brown has a better game than he did last week. They did not need him last week, so they did not use him. Sterling Shepard is my guy though that is really popping. Last time this happened, he was on the sideline rubbing his hamstring halfway through the first quarter, but he seems to be back and he seems to be fine. 5,600. Go get yourself 13 targets for 5,600 for God's sakes. Jacoby Myers does not score touchdowns. Corey Davis is the Jets' best football player, so he is always a option. Coming on down into the lower realms where we can start saving a little bit of money. Miko Hartman, 4,300. Great game environment for him, so why not? A little bit further down, 4,100. A. St. Brown for Detroit. Negative game script. He has gotten 7, 8, and 8 targets the last 3 weeks. Go get yourself 8 targets for 4,100 in a negative game script, which is positive for a receiver. Moving on down, Russell Gage back for Atlanta. That really kind of taps down on Cordell Patterson and Kyle Pitts a little bit, but we lost interest in that game anyway. You got Quatez Watkins or whatever the heck his name is. Once again, you can get yourself a few targets here. Yeah. I've tried that. I've had that experiment. Duvernay, Sammy Watkins. Sammy Watkins did not practice today. Trending into an out for a second straight week. That does give Devin Duvernay, an opportunity to get 3 or 4 targets at 3,600. So, I mean, he is what he is, but at 36, he could make a lineup work for sure. D. Robinson, Kansas City, 3,400, of course. Pringle, 3,300. They're going to get their 3, 4, 5 targets. One of these weird Kansas City receivers will probably score. So, they're worth the effort. After that, there is nothing until you get to the min salary. And then we have 2 guys at min salary that I want to throw out there that may be very exciting options to get lineups built. Danny Amendola is back from his thigh injury, missed a few games. They brought him in as a free agent to do work. He is a slot machine. And 3,000. What do you need to pay off 3,000? Not much. Also at 3,000, you have Keenan Cole Sr. for the New York Jets. Very gross pick, I know. But at 3,000, he does get 3 or 4 targets a game, and he does have big play ability. He's averaging 23 yards a catch or something like that. Once again, negative game script for the Jets, positive for receiver outcomes. So, if you want to get, nobody will play him. If you have a super chalky lineup, playing Keenan Cole Sr. at 3,000 is going to definitely help you out. So, anyway, these are my thoughts on week 7, and I'm going to see how this video turned out, and I hope I like it, and I'm going to post it, and I'm going to get ready for work.